In a world overflowing with filters, curated feeds, and carefully crafted personas, the concept of authenticity has become a beacon of truth amidst a sea of illusions. Authentic living isn't just about being genuine. It's about boldly embracing who you are, flaws and all, without seeking approval or validation from others. In today's society, where comparison is as easy as a scroll through social media, the pressure to conform to unrealistic standards can be overwhelming. But amidst this pressure, there's a growing movement towards authenticity, a rebellion against the superficial and a celebration of the real. Today, we'll explore 6 fundamental rules for unapologetic living principles that will empower you to embrace your authenticity fully and live life on your terms. Rule 1. Embrace imperfection. In a society obsessed with perfection, embracing imperfection is a radical act of self-love and authenticity. Perfectionism often breeds anxiety, self-doubt, and a relentless pursuit of unattainable standards. By contrast, embracing imperfection frees us from the shackles of unrealistic expectations and allows us to celebrate our uniqueness. Imperfection is what makes us human. It's the cracks in the facade that let the light shine through. When we embrace our imperfections, we acknowledge our humanity and connect with others on a deeper level. After all, it's our flaws that make us relatable. Embracing imperfection doesn't mean settling for mediocrity. It's about accepting that we're all a work in progress and that growth often comes through failure and mistakes. Instead of viewing imperfections as weaknesses, we can see them as opportunities for learning, growth, and resilience. Think about your favorite works of art, ones that move you, inspire you, and speak to your soul. More often than not, it's the imperfections, rough edges, the smudges, the asymmetry that give them their beauty and character. The same is true for us. Our imperfections are what make us unique and interesting. They're what set us apart and make us shine. Rule 2. Cultivate self-awareness. Self-awareness is the foundation of authenticity. It's the ability to recognize and understand our thoughts, feelings, motivations, and behaviors. Cultivating self-awareness requires introspection, reflection, and a willingness to explore the depths of our inner selves. One of the first steps in cultivating self-awareness is slowing down and tuning into our inner experiences. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle of everyday life, leaving little time for self-reflection. But by carving out moments of stillness and silence, we create space to connect with our innermost thoughts and emotions. Self-awareness also involves examining our beliefs, values, and assumptions. Many of our thoughts and behaviors are driven by subconscious patterns and conditioning, inherited from our upbringing, culture, and past experiences. By shining a light on these unconscious influences, we can gain clarity about who we are and why we do the things we do. Self-awareness isn't just about understanding ourselves. It's also about recognizing how we impact the world around us. It involves taking ownership of our actions and their consequences, as well as understanding how our behavior influences others. Through self-awareness, we can develop greater empathy, compassion, and authenticity in our relationships with others. Rule 3. Honor your truth. Honoring your truth is about recognizing and respecting your authentic self, your beliefs, values, desires, and boundaries, and living in alignment with them. It's about embracing who you are at your core and staying true to yourself, even when it's challenging or unpopular. To honor your truth, start by getting clear on what you stand for. Reflect on your core values and beliefs, principles that guide your decisions and actions. What matters most to you? Do you believe in? Identifying these values is crucial because they serve as your internal compass, helping you navigate life's choices with integrity and authenticity. Once you've identified your truth, it's essential to stand firm in it, even in the face of opposition or criticism. This might mean speaking up for what you believe in, even when it's uncomfortable, or setting boundaries to protect your values and well-being. Remember that honoring your truth isn't about being rigid or dogmatic, it's about being authentic and true to yourself. It also involves being honest with yourself and others. Authenticity thrives in transparency, so be willing to speak your truth openly and honestly, even if it's vulnerable. This might mean acknowledging your mistakes, expressing your needs and desires, or sharing your authentic self with others. At times, honoring your truth may require making difficult choices or stepping outside your comfort zone. It might mean saying no to opportunities that don't align with your values or walking away from relationships that no longer serve you. Trust that by honoring your truth, you're creating space for greater authenticity and fulfillment in your life. Rule 4. Set boundaries. Setting boundaries is essential for maintaining your authenticity, preserving your well-being, and fostering healthy relationships. Boundaries are the limits we establish to protect ourselves physically, emotionally, and mentally. They define what is acceptable and unacceptable behavior from others and ourselves. To set boundaries effectively, start by identifying your needs, values, and limits. What behaviors or situations make you feel uncomfortable, stressed, or drained? What are your non-negotiables in relationships and interactions? Understanding your boundaries is the first step in establishing them. Once you've identified your boundaries, communicate them clearly and assertively to others. This might involve saying no to requests or demands that violate your boundaries, expressing your needs and preferences, or setting limits on how others can treat you. Remember that setting boundaries is not about being selfish or controlling. It's about taking care of yourself and respecting your own needs and limits. It's also important to enforce your boundaries consistently. This means following through with consequences when your boundaries are crossed and not compromising on what is important to you. Consistency is key to establishing trust and respect in your relationships and ensuring that your boundaries are taken seriously. Setting boundaries also involves respecting the boundaries of others. Just as you have the right to set limits on how others treat you, so do they. Be mindful of respecting their boundaries and asking for consent before crossing them. Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect and understanding of each other's needs and boundaries. Finally, be willing to reassess and adjust your boundaries as needed. As you grow and evolve, your boundaries may shift, and that's okay. Stay attuned to your inner feelings and intuition, and be willing to adapt your boundaries to better align with your authentic self and values. Rule 5. Practice self-compassion. Self-compassion is the act of treating oneself with kindness, understanding, and acceptance, especially in moments of struggle, failure, or suffering. It involves extending the same warmth and empathy to ourselves that we would offer to a close friend or loved one. To practice self-compassion, start by cultivating awareness of your inner dialogue and how you talk to yourself. Notice if your self-talk is harsh, critical, or judgmental, and gently challenge those negative thoughts with kindness and understanding. Instead of berating yourself for mistakes or shortcomings, offer yourself words of encouragement and support, just as you would to a friend in need. Self-compassion also involves acknowledging and validating your emotions without judgment. Allow yourself to feel whatever you're feeling, whether it's sadness, anger, fear, or disappointment without trying to suppress or deny those emotions. Recognize that it's okay to struggle and that experiencing difficult emotions is a natural part of being human. Another aspect of self-compassion is practicing self-care and nurturing activities that nourish your body, mind, and soul. This might include things like getting enough sleep, eating nutritious foods, exercising regularly, spending time in nature, engaging in hobbies you enjoy, or practicing mindfulness and meditation. Taking care of yourself in these ways helps replenish your energy and resilience, making it easier to cope with life's challenges with grace and compassion. Forgiveness is also a key component of self-compassion. This means letting go of resentment, guilt, or blame towards yourself for past mistakes or regrets. Understand that everyone makes mistakes and that failure is an inevitable part of growth and learning. Finally, self-compassion involves recognizing and honoring your own worth and inherent value, regardless of external achievements or validation from others. Understand that you are worthy of love and acceptance simply by virtue of being human. Embrace your strengths and celebrate your uniqueness, knowing that you are enough just as you are. Rule 6. Live with courage. Living with courage is about facing your fears, taking risks, and embracing vulnerability in pursuit of your authentic desires and goals. It's about stepping outside your comfort zone, even when it feels uncomfortable or uncertain, and trusting yourself to navigate the unknown. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to act in spite of it. It's about acknowledging your fears and doubts and choosing to move forward anyway, fueled by your values, passions, and inner strength. It's about daring to dream big, pursue your aspirations, and live life on your own terms, regardless of the obstacles or naysayers you may encounter along the way. To live with courage, start by identifying what truly matters to you and what you're passionate about. What are your dreams and aspirations? What do you want to achieve or experience in life? Get clear on your goals and values, and let them guide you as you step into the unknown. Next, embrace the discomfort and uncertainty that come with taking risks and stepping outside your comfort zone. Recognize that growth and transformation often occur on the other side of fear. Trust yourself and your abilities, and believe that you have what it takes to overcome any challenges or setbacks that may arise. Be gentle with yourself when things don't go as planned, and celebrate your successes and victories, no matter how small. Remember that courage is not about being fearless, but about being resilient and persistent in the face of adversity. Authenticity is not a destination, but a journey, a continuous process of self-discovery and self-expression. By embracing imperfection, cultivating self-awareness, honoring your truth, setting boundaries, practicing self-compassion, and living with courage, you can unlock the power of unapologetic living and create a life that is authentically yours.